שמש דקה ומוות בכנפיה.
Then she, Naomi, arose, she herself, together with her daughters-in-law. We see really that she had to get up and turned around from the fields of Moab, because she had heard in the fields of Moab that the Lord had visited his people and given them bread. Only here, at this point, and then again in Ruth 4, the book of Ruth tells us about God intervening, doing something. And in both cases, he gives something. Here it is bread. In the second case, it's a pregnancy. But otherwise, God is somehow, he's mentioned, he's used as somebody who blesses, and his blessing is being conveyed, but he is not active. Here, he does something, and the first verb he does is actually he visits his people. It's a very colorful expression that shows that he is mindful of his people in this case. He takes care of it. It has this part that he misses somebody, he longs for, he seeks to, and then he comes and inspects them, looks what is their state, he examines them. And then it also means to hand over, to entrust, to keep, to order, to prescribe, to command. And a visitation always has somehow the taste of something bitter or something problematic. It may mean also that God punishes. But in this case, he visits, he looks at them, and he provides bread. And that's what Naomi has heard. And therefore she turned around and left the place where she had been, together with her two daughters-in-law, and they went on their way to return to the land of Judah. Twice here in these two verses, there is this Hebrew word LaShuv, which means to turn around, to turn away from and to go in a new direction, very often in the opposite direction. And this word LaShuv is a key word in chapter 1. It occurs altogether 12 times. And if I come from outside in, if I take the broader biblical view, then it is a term, a technical term for the people of Israel returning to the land of Israel. So what we had seen before in the terminology, and the rabbis had pointed out, that there is always something about the relationship with the people of Israel and the land of Israel and the God of Israel. It's also here in the use of this term. And the term LaShuv Shvut, to turn around, make a turnabout, means to make a U-turn, to bring about the turn of the chime. So it's not just an individual thing, it is something much, much broader. And just during the past years, I discovered that it also has a translation in the New Testament, and it's very often overlooked by our Christian translators. In Acts 1 verse 6 or Acts 3 verse 21, And I suggest that you look up these passages. It's in Greek the word apokatistemi or apokatastasis, that is basically a translation of this technical term in Hebrew, and it means that the Lord brings back his people to the land of Israel. Now, turning around for Naomi and also for us today means to make a decision, to make a decisive departure, in Naomi's case from the Sde Moab, from the fields of Moab, to the place, away from a place of idolatry, of seduction, away from the great competition of the land of Judah, and to consciously turn in the direction of the Eretz Yehuda, the land of Judah, and the Beit Lechem, the house of the bread, the Bethlehem that God has chosen. And this stands in stark contrast to what was said before, that they settled down, that they stayed there, that they built their houses there, or whatever it was. And this physical turnaround always means also a spiritual return, and to the land of Judah, away from the fields of Moab. It doesn't say to the fields of Judah, so just exchanging, I once earned my bread here and now there, but it goes away from a secure basis of existence to the land of Judah, because the Lord has chosen it, because I'm obedient, but the land of Judah with all its challenges.